What's up, guys, and welcome back to EarthBound. Last time, we finished off the 5 Guardian Moles, which allowed the miner to dig up a diamond, which we used to free the runaway 5, who are now replaced by a singer named Venus. And we made it here to the department store in Fourside, and I strongly urged you to power up Ness and Jeff, but not so much Paula, because Paula's not going to be very helpful in this next mission, which I don't care about all the poison in that stupid cave. Even without the exploit, that cave is not as bad as people assume. This next part, however, is the worst and most difficult part of the game, in my opinion. I hate this part of the game just because of how difficult it can be. And I'm actually a little pissed because I didn't hit record, and this is a re-record, or a redo of that. I had to load my last save, and, well, I had fantastic luck in the first recording, so I'm a little miffed about having to do this again. But, let me show you what I've got here. I'm gonna go ahead to equips. I've got Ness with the gold bracelet. Paula doesn't really matter, and I've got a coin of defense and a gold bracelet on Jeff, as well as the hyper beam. So they're all pretty decked out, and I've also got 2 teddy bears on Ness and 3 big bottle rockets on Jeff, as well as a skip sandwich DX just in case. And Paula's holding a whole bunch of crap that doesn't even matter, and as you can see, the magic truffle is going to be with her, so it doesn't even matter. Just a whole bunch of crap, because she's not going to be any help at all. Now, you could give the Platinum Band to some other people, but I'm just going to stay with this here. You definitely want to have the Franklin Badge on Ness or Jeff. I'm going to leave it on Ness because Ness is holding the 2 cup of life noodles, and we need to go ahead and get into this. If you talk to her, she'll ask for skipping school, which is a very good point. Maybe we are. And this guy says, I want to save up some money and go to Summers or somewhere else to relax. Alright, well, now let's go ahead and get on with this. I am so not wanting to do this. But we have to leave the store now since there's not much else we can do. But before we go, I want to say, be prepared. And also, if you're not completely prepared and you know what's about to happen, there is a way out of it. Once you get to the end of the escalator, hold down and then hug this wall, and you can actually make it out of the department store with no problem at all. Now, it reloads this area, and you have to, you know, get the flags for it to reset again. But if you talk to this guy, he says, somehow I feel like the lights will get turned off in this department store. I guess it's just a mouse's 6th sense. Alright, well, here's what's supposed to happen. You're supposed to go up this escalator, and once you get to the top, it'll load a flag, and if you did what I did one time, where I was like, oh, I didn't get money, I need to go back down and get money, I think it's, no, you can actually, I think you can get money without, getting it, but here we go. Going into, in my opinion, either the hardest, or tied for the hardest part of the game. What the hell? Hey, wait a minute, what? That thing just took Paula. That thing looked very familiar, too. And that mouse was right. Uh-oh, this doesn't sound good. Your attention, please. Would the customer from Winnet, Mr. Ness, please proceed to the office on the 4th floor? That was Customer Ness, 4th floor office. Wog! That mouse was right. The lights are off, everyone's gone, and Paula's gone. And if you played my Mother 1 Let's Play, you'll notice that enemy was very, very familiar. And now here we have 3 new enemies, which is why I say that this is easily the hardest part of the game, because you have to go up the escalators, and a lot of the times they'll bum rush you at the top of the escalators, and since it's, you know, like it's basically an auto scroll, you can't really erase them, and you're forced to fight them. And I am not looking forward to this. I hate this part. We lost our best fighter, Paula. But here we go. Let's see if I have as good a luck as I did the first time. Nope! Immediately screwed. Okay, well, we only have 2 here, but I'm gonna go ahead and suggest using all of my rock in here to get rid of this. Here we have the Mystical Record. This is the 2nd hardest enemy of the 3 enemies that you can get here. Very dangerous. It's got good attacks. It can heal itself and party members, and all in all, it's just not good. I highly suggest using the highest amount of PSI you have, and also, like, if you have a bomb, throw that as well. Luckily, I do have a bomb. Just get rid of these guys as quickly as possible. And like I said, they are the second most dangerous. Alright, so we took one out at least. They can do so much damage, and we should just bash the rest because it's not going to be too much after that. But yes, my first recording, I had one enemy here, none on the second level, and then one on the third level. And, yeah, not too happy about having to redo this and not get as lucky. But it's whatever. At least we got some level ups there. And I'm going to go ahead and jump onto this escalator. Crap! Before that other guy can get me. And now, one of the enemies, the strongest and worst enemy in here, the most dangerous one, I think can only be found on the second level. Which, if you go over this way, if you're brave enough to go over this way and look for enemies, they do show up over here as well, which is why, you know, you definitely don't want to come over here. You definitely want to try to go up the escalators and hope that you don't get bum rushed at the top. I've actually had decent luck. I did make it through the first battle without too much damage. And I know that you might not think that it's that bad, but the fact that I have bottle rockets and 2 teddy bears to help out is a good indication that it is. I'm going to try to lure one of these over here, and hopefully it's the bad enemy. It is. Okay, here we have the most dangerous enemy in here. We have the scalding cup of coffee, or the scalding coffee. This thing will only use PSI fire, and it is good at it. It says it spills this espresso, but it's basically PSI fire, and man, it'll take you out really quickly. My suggestion is to use, well, oh crap, what did I do? Oh no, that was bad. I misclicked. Yeah, thanks for using the broken pipe. My suggestion is to not engage in any of the scalding coffees on the second floor, but if you have to, use a bomb or a bottle rocket on it. Luckily, we were able to bash it without too much damage being done. However, Jeff's not doing too well. We did get a cup of coffee, but I don't think that does too much healing. We'll try it out anyway. And there's one more enemy. Wow, that didn't do hardly anything, so we'll just life up on Jeff. And I'm gonna go ahead and life up on Ness as well. Actually, I think Ness is fine, but just in case. Okay, yeah. Let's check the status of Jeff. He's not too far off from top. Uh-oh, seems we have another intercom message. Ness, customer Ness, please hurry to Paula. Gwarg! Alright, now, once again, the hardest part is easily being bum rushed at the top of these things. If you get all 3 of the enemies at once, go ahead and assume that someone in your party is gonna die. I mean, you definitely want to just hit it with as much explosive force as you can. Oh, crap. And this is where the game screws you. Alright, and here we have the last and the least dangerous by itself, but one of the most dangerous with others. If you get all 3 at once, you're screwed. I mean, you're just basically screwed, because the musica can actually put you to sleep, and it's very fast, so a lot of the times it'll put you to sleep and have its teammates run train on you. And this is why I have as many teddy bears and as many bottle rockets as I do, because basically we're gonna get screwed here. It can also do lightning beta and bash you. Lightning beta is not gonna do anything to Ness, however, it can take Jeff out in one foul swoop in one turn. And, oh god, I cannot say enough bad things about this portion of the game just because of how dangerous it is. I'm gonna go ahead and use a big bottle rocket on... I'm gonna use a bomb to see if I can get splash damage on all of them. But yeah, this is where the probability of a game over is very, very high. Alright, unfortunately that did not do enough damage to take it out, and we lost one of our teddy bears, and Jeff is now down, unless I can get off a PSI rockin' beta. Defend will actually have the speed. Come on, have the speed of the HP falling. Damn. Alright, well, if you defend, it'll actually have the speed of the scrolling HP, which could have saved Jeff's life, but unfortunately we got screwed, and Jeff died. And also did a ton of damage to Ness, and this is why I hate this part of the game, just because of how, like, difficult it is compared to the rest of the game. Alright, so, unfortunately I'm gonna have to use a couple life noodles on Mr. Jeff, because I definitely want him to be alive for this next battle, and I'm gonna go ahead and use PSI Life Up on Ness as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and use the PSI Caramel to give Ness a little bit of PP. Now, this is the reason why I brought the Skip Sandwich DX with me, is because you can get the enemy stuck right here on this thing, but a lot of the times they might see you and grab you before you get to the door. So if you have a Skip Sandwich DX, I suggest using it here to get past these guys. Alright, come on. I think the timer still goes through these. Ness, customer Ness, gwarg, gwarg. Ah, perfect. Okay. So we actually made it through without too much difficulty, and we still have the effects of the Skip Sandwich DX on us, which is quite funny. And Paula has another one in her inventory, but apparently she's not in here. I don't see her. Where is she? I'm gonna let this wear off. Okay. Now, if you watched my Mother 1 Let's Play, this enemy will seem very familiar, but let's go ahead and get into it. Gwarg, gwarg! You finally made it. This department store is gonna be your grave. Sorry, I had to cough there. You will be gone and you'll be burning in, well, you'll go to heaven. Now, in the Japanese version, it says you'll die and go to hell, and then it follows it up with, well, you'll go to heaven. Yeah, you can, obvious translation there. Or obvious reason for translation. Here we have the department store spook. This is actually a mook from Mother 1. It's an alien enemy that usually has a whole bunch of PSI attacks, and this is no exception. This, I want to say dispartment for some reason because it's a mook, but I know that it's a spook, so I want to throw the SP in there to make sure I get it, but I throw it in too early and I've come out with dispartment. Anyway, this department store spook, I'm just gonna call it a mook. This mook knows PSI Freeze, Fire, Life Up, and Brain Shock Alpha. So it can use a whole bunch of PSI on you. It can also use PSI Magnet Omega to steal PP. But other than that, it's not too dangerous if you know how to fight it. And here's how to fight it. Take it down as quickly as possible. Use your highest PSI rocket that you currently have, and also use as many big bottle rockets as you have on it as well, because it will do some damage to us. And if you don't get it down in one shot, or in one turn, just hit it some more. Hit it with as much as you have, because, you know, we can heal up after this, no problem. I think we should be good. I don't think I need to use a whole nother big bottle rocket. And there we go. Easily the hardest part of the game, taken out with only one death, unless you count the 2 teddy bears that we lost to that one battle, basically. Even though you could beat me, Master Gygus will avenge me. At this moment, Paula should be Monotoli. Warg! And once we leave here, everything seems to go back to normal. The lights come on and everyone is in here. Their text has changed. And of course we have to take a picture. So Fuzzy Pickles guy is going to show up. What an interesting picture too, because it's just me and Jeff. And no teddy bears, because we lost the teddy bears. Only 1 cup of life noodles had to be used. So yeah, if you talk to her, I heard a sound like warg, and it was loud. I wonder if someone was fighting. Yeah, it was us for our lives. Alright, well, now we can actually go on to the next part, now that that horrid, awful section of the game is over. Like, if you guys have to experience it to know that that is not easy, especially when you get 3 at once. The first recording I had of this that had to get scrapped was very easy. You know what? You should go grab a calorie stick or something from the drug guys up here. I'm gonna do that real quick. I might transition to the front of the store. But if I don't transition, I'm gonna leave in all this talking and whatnot. and talk a little bit more about those enemies. This is the easiest thing to buy. So calorie stick. Oh, I don't have any money on me, so I'm definitely cutting this out. Alright, I don't really know where I'm gonna cut back in, but I went and bought a calorie stick because they're the cheapest items, and if you have a disposable item that you're not worried about getting rid of for seemingly no purpose, you can just use that item, but I don't really have a non-disposable item, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this calorie stick, and you'll see why in just a second. I'm also going to be staying at the hotel to heal us up a little bit. I have to get more money now that I think about it. Ugh. If I'm not mistaken, it should be 150. I like these cuts. I love doing these cuts, and we're good, yeah. Upscale hotel in a nice city. And they seem that, you know, if you talk to this guy, they make it seem special, but it's really not all that special. This is a unique service exclusive to our hotel only. I'm here reading you today's headline on the front page of the Fourside Post. I guess for the Fourside Post, yeah, but whatever. Over 90% of Fourside citizens support Monotoli. Then on page 17, mysterious department store blackout caused by mouse. No, it was actually caused by a mook that we took down fairly easily compared to the scalding coffee, mystical records, and musicas. Seriously, musica comes in, puts you to sleep, shocks you with lightning, mystical record just destroys you, heals up its enemies, or heals up its allies, and then the scalding cup of coffee just burns the crap out of you. Now, Monotoli is the hint we were given. Good God. I wish I had a skip sandwich DX right now. Anyway, where was I going? Monotoli is the hint given to us, but if you go to the Monotoli building, you won't get anywhere. So we'll have to use a hint that we were given a long time ago that he essentially goes to the bar every once in a while. So we'll go to the bar or cafe, whatever, and talk in here. I don't think anyone's text has changed except for hers. I don't even think she was in here last time. There's a loud noise outside. Must be the 7th inning stretch, and the fans are singing, "Take me out to the ball game" at the stadium. In the Japanese version, she uses, you know, like Japanese baseball teams' names, but yeah. And remember that this guy talks about how he knocked on something and heard a question asked. That's gonna come into play later on. And now, a very interesting part of the game. Holy crap! Is that Everdred? Is he okay? He looks dead. He doesn't look like a nice man. Shut up, he's the man. Ooh, I don't like seeing a corpse around here. Ooh, wow, they left a hint of death here. And this is why I told you to grab the calorie stick. Don't cut in front of me. If you give me something, I'll let you have my spy. Will you give me something? Yes. You actually do have to give him something, so I'm just gonna give him this lousy calorie stick. Anything will do. So, yeah, I could have given him a big bottle rocket, but I'm not that stupid. Everdred, are you okay? Hold on, his voice makes my throat hurt, so I gotta take a drink of water. Wheeze, wheeze. Aren't you Ness? Yeah, we already know who you are, by the way. You're Everdred. I can't see too well. Everything's blurry. You're Ness, aren't you? It's me. We met in Tucson. Everdred from Berglund Park. Yes, we know Everdred. You must remember, I'm the best thief around. That car painter in Happy Happy Village was hiding something. Strange. I stole it and thought about selling it in the big city. An old city wise man called it Money Money. It's a strange colored doll looking thing. Oh, I wonder if that's that thing that was behind the car painter that Liar dug up. Ooh, wheeze, I'm in pain, and Monotoli tricked me and stole it from me. He tricked the thief. He wanted me to be out of the way because I know his secret. He gets his evil power from that statue. Listen, I tell you only once, at the cafe. Check behind the counter. Ugh. I said I'd tell you only once, but if you insist, I'll tell you once more. Do you want to hear it again? He will actually say it as many times as you ask him to, but no. Before I go, here's my last haiku poem. When on your way out, be sure that you say goodbye, then lock the door tight. This is my final request. Don't follow me. I must be on my way. Whoa, so long. And then he kind of just gets up and walks away. Like, legitimately just gets up and walks away. You can talk to some of these people and they'll say things like, he didn't look dead, but he might be on his way to death. Well, they don't say death in this localized version. He stared right at me. Ooh, it was scary. Yeah, I want to talk to someone else. What do you got to say? He's not dead. I thought he may have passed on. A lot of, in the Japanese version, they actually do hint that he might die on the way to the hospital. But, so yeah. Apparently, this Mani Mani is making Monotoli evil, and we're gonna have to go into the cafe and check behind the bar to see if there's anything going on. Maybe that guy who knocked on the bar by accident was onto something. So, but we're gonna save that for next episode. I know that I probably blew the whole department store chaos thing out of proportion of how difficult it was, but you try it, and get bum rushed by 3 enemies at once and tell me it's not difficult. We lost 2 teddy bears, man. 2 teddy bears, and Jeff, but the 2 teddy bears, man, come on. Anyway, I'm so glad that that's out of the way now. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.